The Wild. The Weaver. And the Worm. 3 primal forces from which the world, Gaia, springs. The Wild is creation, formless and abundant. The Weaver shapes, making order out of chaos. The Worm, whose purpose was to destroy the old, to make room for the new, went mad. Now, a force of corruption, feeding on greed, malice, and hate. It ravages Gaia. Through its unwitting accomplices, mankind, the balance between those 3 forces is long gone now. Insidiously, the Worm gains more and more ground every day, vitalized by the damage humans have brought to the Earth. We, the werewolves, remain, born of man, beast, and spirit. We are the vindication of Gaia and the Wild.
All right. They should be ready now.
The best way to get Indran out of the region is to attack their bottom line. We have a plan to convince them there's no profit to be had here. Ludmilla, if you please.
I've recently gained access to the system that controls all the on-site oil pumps. That's our target. We tamper with the pumps and send dummy data to the system to make them think their oil field has run dry.
Will that really be enough?
According to the internal files I got my hands on, they treat unprofitable sites like gangrenous limbs. They'll give this one the chop right away.
So, how do we go about this, Rotko? Who does what?
Ludmilla knows the location, so she will take point. She'll infiltrate the site and connect Ava to their network, giving her access to their system.
Once I'm hooked up, I'll only need a few minutes.
But if something goes wrong, my wife ends up on her own in enemy territory. I don't like it.
I'm going to be fine, Call. We've been preparing this for weeks. We've calculated the risks.
And if there's any sign of trouble, you and I go in and retrieve her. But I'd rather we stay covert. Ludmilla will have the easiest time on her own.
I'm heading out. I want to be done before daybreak. Take care of Adana while I'm away. I think she's going a little crazy all cooped up in here.
It's our duty to be here. She needs to learn that it's hers too.
She's just a teenager, Call. We were young once too, remember? Take care of her while I'm out. Love you. See you soon.
We've been stuck in this cave for weeks studying Endrin's movements. At least now we finally got a plan. I hope we're done here soon. What do you think, old friend? Yeah, that makes 2 of us. Not too keen on this plan. Not looking forward to packing all this up tomorrow morning. I don't like thinking that Ludmilla's on her own, Rodko.
I understand. She's my sister, remember?
What about Rafik? He never leaves his lupus shape. No one would have noticed him.
I gave it a lot of thought. Her chances of success are better if she's alone. It's as simple as that. If things don't go as planned, you can tear through as much Endron scum as you like to get her out. But for now, we stay put. Go. Rest while we wait.
Endron. One of the most destructive companies North America has to offer. Known for their violence and endless greed. If we left them to their own devices, they'd ravage this place till there was nothing left but dust. Got everything squared away?
Not a lot to square away. All I'm doing is pressing a button once Ludmilla gets me hooked up. Still got a ways to go before I can do much more than that. If I tried to breach their network, they'd be on us in a second.
Says the woman who got her hands on their files. We'd never have been able to take the fight to Endron like this without you.
That's sweet, Cahal, but I just wish I could do more. But how are you doing? Talk to your daughter yet?
No, not yet. I'm just heading her way. Hey, how you doing?
I'm bored out of my mind. There's nothing to do here, and it's wet and miserable.
Don't worry, our work here's nearly finished. You'll be back at the cairn with your friends before you know it.
I know, but why'd you have to drag me out here in the first place? It's not like you've got me doing anything out here.
Your mom wanted you to come along, so you could see what our field missions entail.
They entail a bunch of bullshit. All we ever do is watch and take notes. We're not accomplishing anything.
Language, young lady. And preparation is key. Know how your enemy will respond before you move. Faux stripped of surprise is fangless.
Why didn't you go with Mom anyway? She's all alone out there. If something happens to her...
I wish I could have. But Rodko wants us to keep a low profile. And there's no one better at that than your mom.
Rodko's a dumbass.
Hey, that's your uncle you're talking about. And the leader of our pack. You know it's his job to make those decisions. And like I said, all that observation we were doing was minimizing the danger. Your mother will be just fine, Adie. Don't worry.
Shit.
Cahal, wake up! We're gonna need you. A helicopter just touched down on the site's landing pad. Apparently it's some Endron exec. Their presence has shaken things up.
Tell me Ludmilla's okay.
She's okay. They've still got no idea she's on site. But their guard patrols have changed, and certain areas are locked down. And that includes the one Ludmilla's in.
So what's the plan now?
The mission's sunk. We go in there, get her out, and wait for things to quiet down. But to get her off site, the locked-off areas need to be manually unlocked. And Ludmilla's stuck on the wrong side.
Shit.
Fortunately, she has already secured a terminal. She'll guide you to her location over the radio. Go now. Bring her back. There's no time to waste. My sister needs you.
Ludmilla, I'm on my way.
Remember, stay out of sight. I'll open any door I have access to through their network. I've opened all the external ducts. I'm locked in the turbine room in the center of the site. You'll have to get here without being seen. The area you're passing through should be deserted right now, though.
The door's locked. Ava?
There's gotta be a terminal close by. Find it. Oh, and Deactivate any cameras you see while you're at it.
Guards. Ludmilla, we've got a lot of company.
The arrival of the Endron exec has changed their setup. Tell me where you are.
I'm looking at the southern part of the outer fence. And a shit ton of guards. There's no way I'll be able to make a move without being seen.
Southern part of the outer fence. Got it. There. That should distract them for a few minutes. But if a guard does see you...
He won't live long enough to raise the alarm. They sold their souls to Endron. They don't get any mercy.
Hell of a time for a malfunction. I'll go check it out.
Any idea what could have caused it?
I don't care. I just want it fixed and fast. Some big shot just arrived on site. Folks upstairs want everything to be perfect.
I'm in the refinery.
Perfect. I'm not far now. Nearly at the passageway leading into it. Shit! Something's following me.
What is it?
I think it's a black spiral dancer. Keith!
Ludmilla, just hold on. Fuck! Rod, go.
I heard. No more sneaking around. We fight. Now go. I'll meet you with Ravine.
Done fucking around.
Backup unit, right now! Get away from me!
Ludmilla!
Call. Tell 80.
No! Please, no! No. Ludmilla. It's me, Cahal. Listen to me. Cahal, damn it! No. You need to fight the rage. Cahal, that's Rafik! Stop it! No! What have I done? Rafik. There's no time to mourn. We need to go.
Just reported back to base. Not that there's anything to report.
No kidding.
Though I guess we've got a special guest coming tonight.
Yeah, an engine rep, no less. She should be here soon.
You know they're hiring, right? Think you'd ever make the move to Endron? Hey! What the...
All clear, Dusk. We're good to go. "5 years ago, I abandoned the woods of Tarker's Mill. I abandoned my cairn. Endron killed my wife. I gave in to rage. The worm touched my soul. I had to leave my daughter. It was the hardest decision I ever made.
And in other news, Endron is joining the fight against global warming. The energy company today announced that their new biofuel will be hitting the market soon. This revolutionary new formula will be unveiled alongside the opening of their new headquarters in...
This exile was my only choice. I'd become a danger to my pack. I often wonder what's become of them. Of Rodko. Of Ava. Of 80. This is the closest I've been to Talker's Mill in 5 years.
Cahal, we're here. You're up.
How much time do we have before they notice the guards on the outside have gone quiet?
They report in by radio every hour. That's our deadline for getting our hands on the explosives and getting out of here.
Let's go through the plan again, just to make sure everything's clear.
You've got to swap the delivery label on the crate of explosives intended for Endron. You do that, and they'll load us up with smiles on their faces. All you've got to do is open the gate to their delivery bay for me. I'll create a diversion while you're exchanging the labels.
Got it. We'll have to play it tight, though. One hiccup and the plan falls through.
We'll have you sneak around back by their storage facility. Security should be pretty thin there, especially if you go through the ventilation ducts.
What do your clients intend to do with them anyway?
The Weatherstormers? They're planning on blowing up a big Magadon pharmaceutical plant.
Good fucking riddance. I know Magadon's methods. They're the scum of the earth.
And guess what? These explosives were originally headed to Endron, another megacorp of assholes. Stealing from them is just icing on the cake.
All right. I'm off.
Hey, before you go, are you sure you're up for this, man? You seem kind of stressed out back in the truck.
I'm fine. Come on, we've got a job to do.
Right. If you need me, I'm just a chirp away. Good luck, brother.
Checks for next month.
I'm inside.
Good. Try to keep a low profile, would you?
Endron reached out to me, you know. They're hiring and the pay's pretty good.
I'm sure it is. They're going toe-to-toe with a group of activists right now. Lambda Mankind. If I were you, I'd stay here. Keep your head down.
an announcement about their new biofuel? They say they're going green by the end of the year.
The only thing green about that fuel is the label. It's the same shit with new branding. A marketing stunt.
They're not running the most attractive operation here.
I mean, they're pumping out weapons for Endron, not selling timeshares. Looks probably aren't their priority.
I made it to the delivery bay.
Good. See that command post next to the gate? You should be able to open things up for me from there.
Dusk, you're up.
On it. Once I've got their attention, you go find what we came for and slap on this fancy new delivery label. Got it?
What are you doing here? Pickup. Pickup? What are you talking about? There's no pickup on the schedule.
Well, check it again. I gotta be on there. You really think I'd drive all the way out to the ass end of nowhere if I didn't have a pickup?
All right. But I'm gonna have to search that truck. Then we'll see about that pickup.
Knock yourself out, bud.
We've got an... Ow!
According to the intel we received, the crates of explosives should be stored around here. All right, Dusk. The delivery label's been switched.
Then it's time for us to get the hell out of Dodge.
Wait. I smell something. Give me a minute to check it out. I knew I smelled it. Silver. Whoever ordered this intends to kill Garou. Dusk. They're shipping out silver bullets. You know what that means.
Change plans?
Change of plans. I need to find out who's buying these bullets and why. Buy me some more time.
So, who's the lady the boss is meeting with upstairs?
She's from Endron, here for the special order.
The silver bullets? Who even uses that shit? Is she picking up some golden guns while she's at it?
You know what they say, the client is king, especially when the client's name is Endron.
What's that? Dispatch, I'm gonna check something. Anybody? What? Heads up, people! Lose me, officer.
She's from Endron. The client is king, especially when the client's name is Endron.
Loaded. How are things on your end?
Shouldn't be much longer.
You were supposed to have delivered the ammunition 1 week ago. 1 week. Endron doesn't like waiting.
Well, paying, clearly. You're not getting anything until Endron is paid up. You can tell that to your President Watkins in person.
I don't think you understand what's at stake here.
Oh, I understand that you've just been attacked and you're looking to hit back. I also understand that you need our ammunition to do that. And we've got that ammunition right downstairs, ready and waiting to go. As soon as you've paid us. Sorry, Major, but business is business.
Well, fuck you two. Then we'll attack Tarker's Mill without your help. And rest assured, Mr. Watkins will hear about this.
Tarker's Mill. Hey! You and I need to talk.
Who are you? How'd you get in?
I'm asking the questions. Who are you talking to? The woman! And what's this attack on Tarker's Mill?
I'm calling security. Now, die! Bollocks! Security! Alert!
Tarker's Mill. My old cairn. Adana. I have to go back. Dusk.
What the fuck are you doing, Go? I just had to pop a couple guards who wanted to put a bullet in my head. Get the fuck back here already.
Sorry, but I didn't have a choice. Keep the engine running. We're out of here as soon as I get back.
The alarm went off in the boss's office, but I'm not getting any response from that sector. Take your positions, people. Maximum alert until the situation's clear.
No reply from the delivery bay either. Shit, what's going on?
What? Huh?
Hold it.
Hold up.
Where are we headed?
Tarker's Mill. We're too late. Engine is already here.
What do we do?
Stop the truck.
What's even down there?
My home. Dusk, stay out of this.
Wait! Call!
Rodko! Rodko, they've cleared our northern line. They have an exo.
We'll take care of the wounded later. We have to stop them.
Let's go! Move! Over there!
Right.
Rodko.
You'll regret that. Clever boy. Ultra, fall back!
Fucking Silver. Tell me, where's Adana? Don't worry, Cahal. Your daughter didn't fight this battle.
How are your wounds?
Riddled with silver. They'll take days to heal. But things would have been far worse if you hadn't stepped in.
I just did what I had to do. Nothing more.
I honestly never thought I'd see your face again. Why'd you come back, Cahal?
I was worried about Adana. When I heard the cairn was being targeted, I had to come back for her. You know I couldn't stay. Not after what I did to Rafik.
I told you that your rightful place was at my side. And what you had done could be forgiven. But no. You chose to abandon us. Me, the cairn, your daughter.
Where is she, Rodko?
With Ava. Working undercover at the biggest Indran site in the Pacific Northwest. The best option available to us after the failure of our last mission.
Your last mission? What do you mean?
You remember the old abandoned mine not far from here? Indran bought it and turned it into a training center for their new recruits. I launched an attack to wipe them out, but Tank Girl stopped us. The woman you saw in the exo during the attack, she drove us back.
Tank Girl, you call her. I encountered her during my last mission. She was trying to buy silver bullets from an arms dealer. That's where I learned she was planning an attack on the cairn.
Major Grainer. That's the name her men give her. But to us, she's Tank Girl. And she leads Endron's troops with about as much grace. Their attack on the cairn was their first wave of revenge for our attack on the training center. We managed to repel them this time, but it's only a temporary victory. They might return at any moment. And Endron just keeps recruiting soldiers.
Then we've got to go back to the mine and destroy their training center. It's the only way to buy the cairn any sort of safety. No matter how brief.
Go back? No. Not until I'm well again. Then we can strike.
Tell me about Adana. How have you trained her?
Just as I promised you. I trained her to be a warrior. I taught her everything she needed to fight, to defend herself, so that we wouldn't see a repeat of what happened to Ludmilla.
Has she gone through her first change yet?
Not yet. And despite all my training, she never showed much inclination toward the wild side of things. She preferred to spend her time with Ava, studying humans, technology, and infiltration.
To walk in Ludmilla's footsteps.
That's right. And though it's not how I wanted to do things, it certainly paid off. She has proved to be an exceptional spy. Rest assured, though, Adana's just as much Garu as you or me. Her first change will come in time, no matter what path she chooses to take.
Tell me about Ava. How's she doing?
When you went into exile, she succeeded you as my lieutenant. She was ready and willing, but it was hardly a smooth transition. I was forced to make some concessions.
I can imagine. There are a lot of humans in the cairn. A lot more than when I was here.
Ava's lamb to mankind.
I'd heard about her group of activists. They're actually getting a lot of attention at the moment. Not sure if that's the best thing for the pack.
That's what I thought too, at first.
At first? So you've changed your mind about humans? That's a surprise.
A lot of things have changed in the past 5 years, myself included. For the longest time, I never trusted humans. But then I saw how they fought, how they stood strong for what they believed in. I saw their potential. Even I had to admit that Ava was right. The humans have been stalwart allies in our fight for Gaia. Now you've seen firsthand what Endron is doing to us. Our ranks grow thinner every year. Ava's humans aren't afraid to put their lives on the line for the planet. What more could I ask for? Until I'm healed, there's no way we can make a move on the training center.
I'll take care of that goddamn training center myself. You know I can handle it on my own.
No. You're no longer a part of this pack. It's my responsibility.
And how long will it take for you to get better? Days? Weeks? If they return, the cairn will fall.
I'll think about it. Go pay your respects to your Fen and come back to me. Then we'll talk about the mine.
The cairn is in a bad way. Good to see you made it through okay.
Thanks in no small part to you. I'm glad you came back, Cahal.
Lambda Mankind really helped us out too. We're lucky to have them with us.
It's true. Rodko did change when he became pack leader.
Agnes,
just didn't even know how to fight. He was a spirit healer, a caretaker of children.
Endrin doesn't show anyone mercy, and we won't either.
Serious? But how? She was in the back, tending to the wounded.
It's all my fault. They had a sniper. I just couldn't have taken out in time.
It has been many a year since I last felt your presence, warrior of Gaia.
It's been nearly as long since anyone called me that.
Your cairn needs you, and the wild has need of your protection. The Eater of Souls is fighting with all his might to take control of it. And he is winning. The corruption takes many forms, but the effects are always the same. You must help us fight back.
Tarker's mill looks nothing like it did when I left. Yet you still protected the forest with everything you had. Your strength, your aura. What happened to them?
As Gaia weakens, so too do I. The Englings, the Jaglings, the Gafflings, they all suffer in kind. The Eater of Souls tries to corrupt them.
But they're minor spirits.
They are every bit as important as you or I. But in my weakness, I must look on, powerless to act as they disappear. Which is why we need your help. You must help me to combat the worm, to protect the wild.
I came back to find my daughter. Have you seen her?
Adana, a dear friend, and always respectful of nature. You fear for her safety, then? She, too, is fighting for Gaia, in her own way. But do not worry. You both walk the same path. You will find each other in time. To fight your battles, you will need power. Power I can provide by helping you develop your warrior gifts.
Thank you, Ifen.
You may find lost spirits during your travels. Return them to me, and I will be able to strengthen your natural abilities. One last request before you depart. Many of your kin fell in combat. I would ask you to bury them. You will find their bodies both inside and around the cairn. Your penumbra vision will show you the way. Soothe their souls and send them to me, so that they may travel to the wild without being captured by the worm.
I will if I can, but my priority is Endrin's training center.
Weaken the forces of the worm there, but never forget your brothers and sisters. Gaia needs you.
serious. Gaia thanks you for your sacrifice. Now go. Yfen is waiting for you.
Save the forest, Cahal. Drive out the worm.
The forest shrinks a little more each day.
I hope Rodko's changed his mind. You deserve to rest at last, Magnus. Go to Yfen. He's waiting.
Ah, Cahal. It's good to see you, old friend. Take care of the care.
Keep an eye out. We may have pushed them back, but who knows what they're capable of. Rodko's counting on us.
Rodko must have written this when he lost his sister.
Bastards. Mona. How could they?
Silver. That's what killed her. They had 3 snipers trained on her. She never had a chance.
Kitmona, return to Yfen. The cairn is safe.
Thank you, Cahal. Take care of those who remain.
Donna was only a few days old when Ludmilla wrote this letter. Dusk, what are you doing here? I thought I told you to keep clear.
You really thought I'd leave you behind like that? You should know me better than that by now. Besides, looks like you need all the help you can get. I really don't want to lose my front row tickets to the Cahal show.
Thanks, Dusk.
Okay, yeah, no. Thanks sounds real weird coming out of you. Put that shit away.
Well, if you really want to help.
I'll go look after the injured. I rang the Weatherstormers and asked them to lend us a hand, too. Don't worry about me. You just do what you gotta do.
Hey, Cahal. It's good to see your face again.
My son. They killed my son.
This letter must have been sent just before the attack on the cairn.
Has anyone told his wife yet?
She's gone.
Hello there.
She bled out just before they shot him.
This is only a few months old. I went to see Fenn. He's gotten so weak. Please, Rotko, let me help you. Let me deal with this training center.
Why is it that you care now, Cahal? We were so easy to ignore when we went right in front of you. What? You want to be part of the pack again?
I want to help the pack. I want to protect Adana.
But you don't intend to rejoin us.
I've already given in to rage and killed one of our kin, Rotko. I can't take the risk of doing it again.
You already know I disagree. Nonetheless, we are united by those we mourn. So I'll accept your help.
Tell me about Ava. How's she doing?
When you went into exile, she succeeded you as my... She was ready and willing.
I can imagine.
Ava's...
I'd heard about her group of...
That's what I thought.
How so?
For the long... Even odd now. Ava's...
So what can you tell me about this so-called training center?
Ava managed to get a hold of the mine blueprints to help us prepare for our previous attack. The site's weak point is its power supply. They apparently haven't had the time to give it a proper upgrade. The whole thing is powered by one big propane tank, just like it was when it was a mine.
I see. So if I blow up the tank, the whole mine will cave in, taking the training center with it. Then we'll need explosives. You'll be happy to know I didn't come back empty-handed.
I'm aware. I met your new friend, Dusk, right? He gave me the explosives you two stole. We've still got a problem, though. You don't know the layout of the site, and I'm too injured to go with you. Huh. I don't like touching the stuff, but I suppose I'll use Ava's radio equipment to guide you. That should do the trick.
Perfect. So we'll stay in radio contact.
Take the explosives and go. Good luck, Cahal.
Dusk, my friend, I owe you. That was 2 years ago now. Your mother would have been so proud. Ludmilla used to say the same thing. Following in her mother's footsteps. Leandra, be at peace. I will protect the cairn. Go to Ethan.
Of course, Gal. I'm glad I got to see you. One last time.
Iron Wind, your struggle is over. Ethan is waiting for you.
Cahal, keep fighting. Protect the cairn for me.
Thank you, Gal, for returning your Garu kin to my side. Their souls are now at peace. Now go, fight the worm and all who serve it.
They're currently recruiting at their training center.
Then, perhaps I need to enlist.
You hear the internal motto around here?
The cost of the fine is always less than the cost of compliance?
Bingo.
You see the kit
that
they're
one in their
supplying people
hands.
with? Must be worth a fortune.
Tell me about it. I mean, pump-action rifles with holographic sights? Even the army
You
doesn't
here to
have that
enlist?
shit.
Absolutely.
That's the spirit. Did you register on our website?
Nah, I prefer to do things in person.
Can't say I blame you. What's your name?
Cahal Fillin.
Cahal Fillin. Hell of a name. There you go. You're on the list. All right, then. Go report to the instructor for testing. He's in the warehouse. Oh, and one last thing. Looking at you, it's pretty obvious you've done some time. Try not to mention that. The instructor hates ex-cons. This way. Control, I've got a candidate for you.
Welcome. If you're looking to sign up, you have to talk to the instructor. Head over to that building in the courtyard.
If you're selected for our sniper training program, you'll be given one of these. High-precision rifles with computer-assisted sights. The laser will lock to the target, and the rifle will adjust your aim automatically. All engine snipers are equipped with helmets that interface with this system. That means your rifle will see what you see and compensate for any human error.
If you're tough enough, you might just get yourself assigned to the assault regiment, which means you get to use one of these babies. state-of-the-art pump-action rifle with a holographic sight. And that's not all. Everyone in the assault regiment is fully equipped with highly protective armor plating. Put that on, and you could take on a tiger barehanded and walk away without a scratch. The last batch of recruits should be finishing their training soon.
Just in time for Major Grainer to launch an attack.
Finally. I wasn't doing all that training just for my health.
Looks like we've got a whole lot of new recruits.
Sure, but most of them look too soft to be useful. Well, at least until our medics get to them. They'll be soldiers yet.
I'm here to be recruited.
You? How'd you make it through the physical without breaking a hip? All right, Gramps. Let me just find you on the list here.
I signed up at the entrance. Kahal Philin.
Ah, right. Here you are. Now let's get down to business. You ready for the interview?
I'm ready.
Let's start with a technical question then. Our assault troops are equipped with a new type of pump-action rifle. What kind of sight is it equipped with?
A holographic sight.
That's right. Let's talk Endron now. The company has an internal motto for those in the know. Can you tell me what it is?
Greener today for a brighter tomorrow.
Look around, you dumbass. Do you think Endron gives a shit about going green? That's just the swill we serve the masses. Okay, enough of this paper-pushing bullshit. I know a combat vet when I see one. Welcome to Endron's training program. Head over to the waiting room. Someone will come get you new recruits in a few minutes.
Understood.
So you managed to get through their test just like that. Well done. But they want to make you wait. We don't have time for that. You should see a command post overlooking the waiting room. It'll have a computer inside and a service door leading into the mine. That computer will allow you to open the service door and cut communications with the lower floor. And the people here won't know what's going on in the training center.
Take it out, quick! Stay alert.
I'm in the mine. The propane tank's at the center of the site. There should be a service door that leads there.
Major Grainer's offering.
Damn. Cross your fingers, we're gonna be part of the next attack.
Someone hostile. It looks like we're.
Killer. Once your training is over, you'll be outfitted with the best equipment and money can buy. Before you begin, you'll be given a checkup by our medical staff. During this comprehensive checkup, you'll treat sincere and reserved for the Ender elite. Reflexes increase your pain tolerance, make you stronger than ever. You'll need it for the training to come. For now, I'll ask you to wait here.
Trespasser sighted! Stay vigilant. Weapons ready. There's an intruder in here. Hostile. Looks like he's trying to...
I see the tank.
You're going to have to cut through the medical sector to get there.
They're injecting something into their recruits.
We're aware. Endron's soldiers reek of the worm. We've been trying for weeks to figure out just what's in that serum of theirs.
How long will it be before our latest batch of recruits is trained?
2 months for most of them. Less for the ones who react well to the serum.
Excellent. I'll communicate that to Major Grainer when she returns.
Anybody there? Huh? What? Intruders!
Let's do this thing!
So the injections have something to do with the worm.
We think so, but we can't prove it yet. That's one of the things Ava and Adana are investigating.
There's silver here. Lots of it. The smell's overwhelming.
You must be in their armory. The propane tank's downstairs from you.
Alert! All personnel. The security of this installation has been compromised. This site is under lockdown. Evacuate immediately.
I hate exos. I made it to the propane tank, but there's a soldier guarding it. He's more monster than man, though. Just muscles stacked on muscles.
One of their elite soldiers. One way or another, you're gonna have to deal with him.
Security's detected an intruder. He's not going anywhere now that we've got the site locked down. Stay on your guard. Put a bullet in him.
Dead shot. Now to set the explosives. There we go. The explosives are in place.
Time for you to get out of there.
find the intruder, don't try to play hero. Give the alert immediately. I'm a good shot.
Security breach!
What's the latest on the program?
The flamethrower exos have just cleared testing. It's got the green light for their deployment.
Good. Keep it up.
ready for anything.
What's the latest on the program?
The flamethrower exos have just cleared testing. Just got the green light for their deployment.
Good. Keep it up.
I'm almost at the control room.
Steel yourself. Cutting the ventilation won't go unnoticed.
ventilation system's down.
Then your path is clear. Good news. Ava's just arrived back at the cairn and brought your daughter with her.
Hidana. Nobody here, but her computer's on.
Cahal! You know I hate it when people mess with my stuff.
That's an impressive amount of equipment.
It's the bare minimum for leading a handful of activists against a megacorp like Indran.
Haven't changed much, have you? Aside from a couple of new lines on your face.
Thanks, asshole. You know, always knew you'd come back. It was just a matter of when.
This isn't quite the reunion I had in mind.
But it's a happy one. I heard about your handiwork at the mine.
Hidana.
Cahal?
You must have a lot to talk about. I'll go check on the solar panels. Catch you later.
Hidana, how are you doing? You've grown.
It's not worth trying to rebuild that bridge now, Cahal. Not after abandoning me for 5 years.
I'm sorry, Hidana.
Where do you think an apology is going to get you? You know, it was hard enough to get over Mom's death, but dealing with the fact that you chose to leave me behind when I needed you most, that left a scar. You were so focused on doing what you thought was right, that you never thought about what it might do to me.
I don't blame you if you hold it against me. but I still stand by my choice. I spent those 5 years finding my way back to the man I was. Even if you were with me, I wouldn't have been me, and you'd have been just as alone. I was in no state to look after you. I couldn't have been the father you needed. I wasn't.
Stop, Cahal. I'm really not in the mood to hear you rewrite our family history. Endron just carved a bloody wound into my cairn. They killed my friends. Right now, all I care about is tearing Endron apart.
Rodko told me you and Ava were undercover at Endron during the attack.
That's right. I managed to infiltrate the fracking site. They just upped my security clearance, too. I've got access to their protected data. This is the best chance we've ever had at taking Endron down. We sink them from the inside.
How was it with Rodko and Ava?
Honestly, it was hard at first. Rodko was... he was really mad at himself. Over you going away. Over Mom's death. He obsessed over my first change. Trained me for months and months. But as we trained, I started thinking, I don't want to go through my first change.
Are you scared?
Fuck no. I just don't want to be a Garu. You're all too unstable. Mom wasn't a Garu, and she was one of the best fighters the Cairn had ever seen. I think that's why I drifted toward Ava and her way of doing things. Fortunately, Rodko mellowed out after a while.
I was able to talk with him earlier. Seems like he's gotten more open-minded in these past few years.
It took him some time to come around, but he finally realized that Ava's methods serve Gaia just as well as his do. Now he's got no problem with the idea of working with humans, or my choice to follow in Mom's footsteps.
You really do take after your mother. Took me aback at first.
I miss her too, Cahal. I think about her every day.
She would have been proud of you.
If you say so.
I'm proud of you, too.
That's nice of you to say and all, but I know you didn't want me to follow her path. That you wanted me to be a warrior like you and Rodko.
I don't know about that. A Garu's life has its share of problems, too. I can't blame you for following your mother's example. She really was exceptional.
She sacrificed herself for Gaia. And she didn't abandon me, so you know. Anyway, Ava and I will keep working at Endron's fracking site. We're gonna take those assholes down.
Endron's built a fracking site.
It was a rush job. They'd set it up and posted guards before we had any time to react. It's a danger to nature and the spirits alike. Those sites are one of the greatest threats Gaia faces today. It hurts my heart to work there. But I also know that I'm the best chance we've got of putting a stop to it. Soon.
You've seen how bloodthirsty Endron is. Did you know they have a price on your head?
They're not the first. And they're not about to scare me into stopping. We've lost too many already. And if we run, how will we honor their memory? The pack comes first. Besides, Endron doesn't suspect me at all. I'm secure over there.
Secure?
Endron has full confidence in me. Hell, the whole team at the fracking site looks to me for my expert chemical analyses. As long as I stay their golden girl, there's no way they'd imagine I'm connected to those scary eco-terrorists. Least of all the Cairn.
Sink Endron from the inside. And how do you plan on doing that?
A while back, Ava, Rodko, and I discovered that Endron's injecting its new recruits with a special serum that makes them more... everything.
Yeah, I saw it myself when I was in their training center. The injection transforms people. Makes them stink of the worm.
There's more to it than that. When I first joined Endron's ranks, I was trying to figure out what was going on with their biofuel project. But while I was analyzing the formula for the biofuel, I noticed an encrypted molecule within it. No employees have access to its composition. That same molecule is in the substance they're injecting their troops with, as well as another project, the Earthblood Protocol.
The Earthblood Protocol. Any idea what that's about?
Not yet. But that can wait until after we figure out what this mystery molecule actually is. Once we figure out what that mystery molecule really is, we'll know what they're pumping their soldiers with, and their plans for this biofuel. Then we'll leak that info to everyone who'll listen, block the biofuel's launch, and hopefully put the final nail in Endron's coffin. Thing is, right now the encryption they're using on their data is impossible to break. That's why we came back. We wanted to tell Rodko how we were stuck and figure out what to do from here.
Yeah, I read Ava's letter to Rodko. How can I help?
If you want to help, go meet with Ava. She and Rodko will be figuring out our next steps.
All right, I'll go check in with her and then have a talk with Rodko. Any idea where I'll find her?
By our solar panels. If you've got any other questions, you'll find me with the rest of the pack. They need me.
How you doing, big guy? Figured I'd get out of the way, let you catch up with 80. Though, from the look on your face, it doesn't look like it went well.
She's still angry at me for leaving.
Can you blame her? Shit, being a teenager's bad enough, but Ludmilla's death, your exile, it was all hard on her. But you did what you had to. You had to get away from us to get yourself back on track.
That's what I tried to tell her.
I've been telling her that for years. Never eased her pain, though. But you're back now. It'll pass. Just give it time.
Adana told me about your mission to infiltrate the fracking site.
Yeah, about that. We're currently at a roadblock. Endron's data encryption is uncrackable.
So she said.
Our only way to get our hands on that data is to take it directly from the server in their lab. But surveillance is tight. Even Adana couldn't get in there without being caught. And I don't think I could create a big enough distraction to draw their security's eyes away.
How did Adana's training go while I was away?
Rodko tried to make a Garu out of her, but all his training didn't exactly bear fruit. I know she doesn't like talking about it, but she says she doesn't feel the gift.
Do you think she's right?
I think only time will tell. But all of Rodko's obsessive Garu training only pushed her closer to me. She took an interest in my work, wanted to know all about my approach to infiltration, my thoughts on humans. And she was a fast learner. Call it ego, but I used to think she was trying to be like me. Then I realized she already had a role model, her mother. Adana realized that I could teach her a lot of the same stuff her mother could have, so she stuck to me like glue. And then she shifted up a gear. Studied at Caltech and Columbia University, and she did it all on her own. You should be proud of her.
Always have been. Lambda Mankind's really made something of itself, hasn't it?
Yeah. Took us a while, but we've got a solid group, and our name's out there. The bigger we get, the more we can do. Still need to get public opinion on our side, of course, and that's not going to be easy given the way Endron and its puppet media portray us. But the longer we fight, the better we can reclaim our narrative. The people will come to realize we're fighting for them in due time.
How did you manage to convince Rodko to house Lambda Mankind at Tarker's Mill?
Back when you were here, he wouldn't give the idea the time of day. But when he named me lieutenant, I told him I'd agree on one condition.
that he'd accept your lambda mankind.
Yep. Once he lived around them for a while, he finally saw that their determination to save the planet was every bit as real as his. And today, they're fully integrated into the cairn. Rodko's a big reason Lambda Mankind's accomplished what it has today.
Adana taking action, the attack on the cairn. It's hard for me to ignore the parallels with the day Ludmilla died.
I suppose the infiltration strategy doesn't exactly help things, huh?
Yeah. I'm terrified that we might somehow see a repeat of 5 years ago.
Don't worry, Cahal. Even if the broad strokes are similar, the details are completely different. We lost Ludmilla because we didn't know that Indran was working with the Black Spiral Dancer. Piece of shit must have realized Ludmilla was one of us. Nothing else could have. There's no way in hell that's happening again. We've checked Indran's security on all their sites around Tarker's Mill. There are no Black Spiral Dancers, not one. Adana's got this. She'll be safe.
So, how do you like being Rodko's lieutenant?
Things were a little bumpy in the beginning. Rodko didn't like my way of doing things, so I had to assert myself. Deep down, though, I don't think he would have gone easy on anyone. Nobody could replace you in his eyes.
Yet here you are, Rodko's right hand. I'd say you replaced me quite well.
I appreciate it, but it was never a question of ability. Rodko just had to get over it, to learn to stop yearning for the past. It was a slow process, but he's finally managed to turn the page. That said, your return has done him a lot of good. All of us, really. There's a lot of change we can effect with you here, Cahal. Keep that in mind. The fracking site's too well protected. It's too much for 2 people.
What about your Lambda Mankind? I feel like they'd be distraction enough.
That's not happening. If we staged a full-on attack, they'd lock down the whole site, lab servers included. This is a job for a scalpel, not a chainsaw. Gotta keep our operation lean.
Sounds like you've got something in mind.
If we want to draw security's attention, we have to hit them hard. Blowing up the refinery should do the trick. But that's not happening until we can get into the fracking site. That's step 1. The site is protected by an electric fence and a myriad of cameras, all of which are powered by the dam Indran acquired when it bought the site. Now, if someone could get into the dam and connect me to their network, I could access their system discreetly.
Allowing you to cut the power to their defenses without their notice.
Exactly. We can worry about the fracking site after that.
Okay. I'll go talk to Rodko to see how he wants to make up the teams.
Thanks, Cahal. It's good to have you back. But if you don't mind, I'd like to take a few moments for myself. Lost some friends during the attack.
Don't worry. Take all the time you need.
So, any news on the group that was supposed to launch the attack on the Sunburst reactor?
We're still keeping our ear open.
So many dead. This is horrible.
I'm sorry, Adana.
What is it, Cahal?
We'll talk later.
As you know, Magadon claims they opened a new lab to develop natural supplements. It's obviously...
Every step the forest loses is one the worm gains.
Just brought their supplements to market. If we don't expose them, a whole lot of unsuspecting people are going to get poisoned. The new lab of theirs is still under construction, and their security's full of holes. It's the perfect time to stage an attack.
We split into 3 teams. You 2 take the north entrance. Me, Joe, and Ryan will take the south. Alex, Danny, Quinn, you 3 create a diversion at the east entrance.
Everyone stay in contact. If we hear
This letter must have been sent just before the attack on the cairn.
to act as soon as I hear from our mole.
So, were you able to talk with your daughter?
I had a chance to talk to Yfen for a while. It's hard to believe.
What do you mean by that? Are you here to tell me I let them down?
No, that's not it at all. I just want to know what happened.
Yfen will tell you that I turned away from the spirits to focus on the pack, on Adana. It's true in part. I needed to keep the pack unified, but I never abandoned the spirits. I did everything I could for them. But I never had the sort of connection with them that Rafik had.
And the worm?
His influence is spreading here. It's spreading everywhere. But we're all fighting against it as best we can. But as long as Endron stays here, the worm will remain strong. It will try to corrupt our minds, to weaken Yfen and the spirits.
Never thought I'd have a chance to say this after I left, but I'm glad to be back among the pack.
Me too, Cahal. I'm glad to have you, especially right now. I'll respect your choice to leave once this storm passes, but you know as well as I do that your place is here. You are my right hand, Cahal. After what you did at the mine, I'd say you still are.
That's Ava's place now.
I know, and she's a fine fit for the role. But you and I, we have a different bond.
Whether I go or stay, Rodko, that bond will always remain.
I truly hope so, Cahal.
I read the message you left on Ludmilla's grave. I didn't know that you...
I never should have given the green light for that mission. Never. I'll blame myself for the rest of my life. If I hadn't made that decision, my sister would still be alive. And you never would have left.
Wasn't your fault, Rodko. How could you have known that Endron had set a trap for us?
I'm the leader of this pack. It was my job to know.
You can't punish yourself like this. Even Yfen didn't see it coming.
Yfen is not our pack leader. I was the one who made the choice, not him. I've got to live with that.
Adana told me about her and Ava's plan to get their hands on the encrypted data inside the fracking site's laboratory.
To bring Endron down from the inside, yes. I think they've got the right idea. If we manage to chase Endron from this region, they'll just continue their dirty work elsewhere. It's time for a decisive blow. So we follow Ava and Adana's plan. We'll attack the dam to bring down the defenses of the fracking site. I want you to lead the incursion. You coordinate with Ava and Adana over comms, and allow them access to the dam's network.
Ava gave me the rundown. But if I set off a single alarm, things will get very dangerous very quickly.
I know. One sign something's amiss, and Tank Girl will be at the dam before you know it. So while you're sneaking through the inside of the dam, I'll be creating a diversion on the outside. That should keep her attention off you. And even if someone does raise the alarm at the dam, Tank Girl will have no idea why you're really there.
Good. You can count on me.
Excellent. We'll have Declan meet you near the dam. He's got the relays you'll place to get Ava and Adana access to Endron's network.